Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel. My name is Aura. I'm a quantum healing hypnotherapist based in Sweden who helps people reconnect with their true essence so that they may live this beautiful life right here, right now, as their highest expression. And today I would like to talk to you a little bit about something that I have received questions about. And that is that people don't seem to know what they like, what their passion is, what brings them joy in this life. And not knowing what you like means that you live this life on autopilot. And with this video, I would like to give you a few examples of how you can take your power back and how you can begin to recognize what your passion is. So without any further ado, let's dive right into it. My question to you is, if money would not exist, what would you do? And it's very important that you make that a reality in your head right now, because so many of us don't dare to even tap into what it is that brings us joy, because we think that it has to be something that pays the bills. And so many of us don't follow our passion because we keep saying that it won't pay the bills. What you can do is begin to dip your toes into different things, such as painting, creating music, photography, knitting, sewing, whatever it is that you feel called to do, and you can begin to do it as a hobby. And not just that, but you can begin to dive into these subjects by just Googling them. You have an entire encyclopedia at your fingertips on any given subject in this world. And the more you begin to dive into it, the more you begin to learn about it, your knowledge expands, and you can start doing that as a side gig until you feel ready to fully transition into practicing your experience and making money out of that as your daily job. I know of so many people who are scared to do this, beautiful, amazing artists and writers, myself included, who eventually dared to give up their daily jobs and fully transition to just practicing their passion. And they went from being miserable and surviving their everyday life to now prospering and being absolutely amazing at everything that they do and being just free, happy, joyful, purposeful human beings. Of course, if you tell yourself that something is hard, then it's terribly hard. But this is how we block ourselves. This is how we limit ourselves to remain in the boxes that we put it ourselves into. And if you, for example, come home from work and you are exhausted and all you want to do is pour yourself a glass of wine and sit in front of the TV, that is going to drain your energy even more, because the TV and alcohol and all of this heavy junk food that so many people choose to eat coming home from work and being exhausted, and it makes sense because it grounds you, but it grounds you more into that which you know is comfortable, and that which you know is comfortable is that which you are used to, which is suffering. So you are grounding yourself more into the suffering, into the despair, into the hole that you are digging for yourself, instead of using that time to do something for yourself, such as diving into your hobby, diving into your passion, learning more about the things that truly bring you joy. And again, I always bring attention to the fact that it's important to make a difference between what it is that you are addicted to and what it is that actually brings you joy. Sitting in front of the TV, ingesting something that is detrimental to your body, that is an addiction, and that drains you even further. On the other hand, if you would do something that truly nourishes your soul and truly nourishes your happiness, that would recharge your batteries, which will make your everyday life easier. It will be easier for you to go to work, to meet your boss, to face your colleagues, to stand up for yourself, to be present within your body, to begin to care for yourself and respect yourself. And so begin to remember what it is that brings you joy and start implementing that within your everyday life. Another way to remember, other than asking yourself, if money wouldn't exist, what is it that I would do? You can ask yourself, what is it that I wanted to be when I was a kid? How did I see myself living this life as a child? What did I want to become? Or maybe if you were living in a very chaotic world, how did you want to fix this world as a child? What is it that you wanted to do? Another thing you can ask yourself is, what would you like to be written on your gravestone? What would you be proud of to have done by the end of this life? to have achieved in this life? And I know that this is a very hard question to answer because as children, we are taught to disregard the things that make us happy in order to fit into this world, in order to make our parents proud. So we are forced to take paths that separate us from our true joy and our true passions, to become something in the society. Something meaning to be part of the working machine that feeds the system. But if you truly want to take your life back, if you truly want to take not just your life, but your life force energy, your power back, begin to tap into your joy again, begin to tap into your passion, and dare to do that. If you feel like taking a walk in nature, go take a walk in nature. It can be the smallest and most insignificant of things that can light you up and truly recharge you. Reading books on the subjects that you love, maybe even writing books on the subjects that you love. Begin to express yourself and express your essence. And as you do that, the universe will support you because you are the universe. So you will support your own growth within your essence. Because what we are all, each and every single one of us, meant to do is come into this life in order to expand into our true essence, into who it is that we truly are, and make that our life mission. This is how we leave our imprint here, and this is how we change the world. We do not come here to submit to a world that is, but we come here to change it, and we change it by creating something new, not by fighting what is, because you cannot win. Another thing to understand is that a state of suffering and discontent is actually helping us to understand what it is that we don't like, so that we may redirect ourselves towards that which we do like. And so whenever we do something that sparks a state of suffering or maintains it, that is information given by our soul telling us that this is not what you're supposed to do, or this is not how you are meant to do things. This is not meant for you. Everything that is happening for you, not against you. It is happening for you to redirect you towards the path that you are meant to walk. But then, of course, it is up to you to choose whether you want to remain in a state of suffering and keep nurturing that. And it is a lot easier to do that. This is why we find so many excuses as to why we don't want to leave this state of suffering, because this is comforting for us. This is all that we know. And it's scary and risky to step into the discomfort of the unknown, which is unknown only to your everyday mind, but your higher self, your soul, and the universe, which is you, already know what is meant for you. It's just a matter of you stepping into that. And there are so many ways for each and every single one of us to explore our options, our essence, to find out what it is that brings us joy. And there are equally as many excuses for us to remain in the same state of suffering. And again, it's all a matter of free will. It all boils down to personal responsibility, to choosing love, self-respect, and self-care over fear. But then again, we all have free will, and it's up to each and every one of us to do whatever we feel like doing. All anybody can ever do for each and every one of us is tell us that there is a way, offer us a few options of how we can begin to move in a certain direction, but then it is up to each and every single one of us to be willing to take these steps. So again, what is it that you would do if money would not exist? What did you like to do when you were a kid? What did you want to become? How did you envision this world as a kid? And what would you like to be written on your gravestone? Who would you want to have been by the end of your life? What are the life achievements? What's your bucket list that you would have wanted to have achieved in this life? And you can keep making excuses that you don't have the money necessary for the things that you want to do, or you can start taking steps in that direction. It is up to you. And this is where free will comes in. This is where empowerment comes in. This is how you begin to live this life as your highest expression and true essence. Please remember that you are not powerless. You are powerful. You are magnificent. You are awesome, wonderful, magical, and miraculous. You are a walking, breathing multiverse. You just need to remember that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this helps, and take care of yourself. Have a good one. Bye.